Astronomers have found clear evidence of what could be an Earth 2.0. This artist rendering shows the rocky planet identified as Proxima b orbiting the Proxima Centauri star.
The James Webb Telescope just revealed a real image of Proxima b. A strange glow captured from the planet's night side is sparking wild theories. Proxima b, a rocky planet discovered in 2016, has been under the watch of scientists because it's within the Goldilocks zone where life might thrive. Could the strange glow on this planet's dark side be evidence of an advanced alien civilization? Let us expose the truth of the extraterrestrial civilization that will be a future threat to our world. The star next door hides a surprise. Proxima b orbits a star called Proxima Centauri, which is the closest star to our sun. Just think about that. It's 4.24 light-years away, practically next door by space standards. What really makes this exciting is that the star's habitable zone is similar to what we have here on Earth. But there's a twist. The star Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf, and red dwarfs are notorious for blasting their planets with intense flares of solar radiation. This type of environment doesn't sound ideal for life, but this nearby planet sits right on the edge of possibility. It's been a problem that scientists have been trying to crack ever since they found it. Before we delve into this, it's clear that what the James Webb Telescope captured might be far more extraordinary than anyone ever expected. And this discovery won't be the only thing that will leave you speechless. Now here's where it gets really wild. The James Webb Telescope didn't just detect random gases or atmospheric changes. Instead, it found a faint, steady light on the dark side of this intriguing planet. And let's be clear, this wasn't like a volcano lighting up the sky or auroras dancing due to solar winds. This was a consistent glow, steady almost like artificial lights. The kind you'd expect if there was a city down there lighting up the night, just like we see from Earth when we look down from space. Artificial lighting from an advanced civilization. This is the kind of discovery that changes everything. Imagine the implications of what this could mean. If these lights are indeed from artificial sources, we could be witnessing the first evidence of a technologically advanced civilization beyond our planet. Not just simple bacteria or microbes, but beings with technology, maybe even cities. This would be the closest we've ever come to finding out that we're not alone in the universe. The thought of an entire civilization out there using lights to brighten their nights, just like us, is simply mind-blowing. But it's important to take a step back. It's still too early to say that these lights are definitely from an alien city. Scientists need more data before they can confirm anything, and it's possible that there's another explanation for the glow. However, if this does turn out to be proof of a civilization, the questions start piling up. How advanced are they? Are they like us, struggling to handle technology and its impact on their world? Or are they much further ahead, perhaps solving problems we can barely even imagine? The James Webb Telescope's discovery has cracked open a door, and what's behind it could change everything we know. Even if this isn't proof of alien life, it's still a fascinating question that will tell us more about this nearby planet and perhaps about other planets like it. One thing is clear, though. This world just became the hottest topic in space exploration. And let's not forget how close it is, 4 light-years. That's still a huge distance, but compared to the vastness of space, it's practically a stone's throw away. This planet is orbiting a star that's very different from our sun. Proxima Centauri is smaller, cooler, and less bright. The tricky part about living on a planet orbiting a red dwarf like this one is that the star's behavior is far from friendly. Red dwarfs are known to unleash powerful solar flares, which can easily strip a planet of its atmosphere and leave it barren. Yet despite all of these challenges, this intriguing planet has managed to keep scientists interested. It's still in that sweet spot where water could exist. And now, if these lights are real, there could be even more to discover. The lights are coming from the dark side of this planet, and they appear steady and consistent. This isn't what you'd expect from natural processes, which tend to be sporadic or random. Instead, the lights seem organized, like something an intelligent society might create. What if the inhabitants have found a way to thrive despite the challenges of their environment? What kind of energy are they using to power these lights? Do they rely on solar power? Or perhaps they've discovered some new form of energy that we haven't even dreamed of yet. It's also possible that we're looking at the remnants of a once thriving civilization. Imagine if these lights are the echoes of a society that's no longer there. The last traces of life from a civilization that might have collapsed. The thought of a lost world once full of life now fading away gives us a glimpse into our own possible future. What might happen if we don't take care of our planet? On the other hand, what if this civilization is still there and thriving? Could they be aware of us? Would they want to make contact? Each step forward reveals something even more surprising as the lights on Proxima B bring new possibilities to explore. A planet surviving against all odds. The ethical and practical questions are endless. Should we even try to contact them? Our history here on Earth shows that encounters between different civilizations don't always go smoothly. There have been times when they led to cooperation, but often they resulted in conflict and destruction. If we do decide to reach out, we'll need to think long and hard about how to do it. Would they see us as friends or as a potential threat? The discovery of these lights on Proxima B challenges everything we know about where life could exist. For years, scientists believed that planets orbiting red dwarfs were unlikely candidates for life because of the constant bombardment of radiation. But if life can exist, and not just exist, but thrive, in these conditions, then we need to rethink our assumptions about where we might find life in the universe. Red dwarfs are the most common type of star in our galaxy, which means there could be countless planets like Proxima B out there, just waiting to be discovered. This could be the beginning of a whole new era in space exploration. Proxima B is close enough that, with the right technology, we could even send a probe or a manned mission there one day. It's only 4.24 light-years away, a distance that is mind-boggling by human standards, but tiny compared to the vastness of space. Imagine a future where we develop the technology to travel to Proxima B, to land on its surface, and to see those lights up close. The idea is thrilling and terrifying all at once. In the meantime, the James Webb Telescope will continue to study Proxima B, gathering more data and hopefully answering some of the many questions we now have. Scientists are also rethinking how we search for extraterrestrial life. Traditionally, the search has focused on listening for radio signals or other forms of communication. But this discovery suggests that we should also be looking for other signs of technology, like artificial lighting. Who knows how many other planets out there might be glowing in the dark, waiting for us to notice. The discovery has also sparked the public's imagination in a big way. People are fascinated by the idea that there might be an alien civilization so close to us that we can actually see their lights. It's a reminder of just how vast and strange the universe is and how much we still have to learn. Whether or not we find definitive proof of alien life on Proxima B, this discovery has already changed how we see our place in the cosmos. If there really is a civilization on Proxima B, one of the first questions we'll want to answer is how they've managed to survive in such a harsh environment. Proxima Centauri flares are no joke, and any life on Proxima B would need to find a way to deal with them. Maybe they've developed advanced technology to shield themselves from the radiation, or maybe they've evolved in ways that make them resilient to it. The possibilities are endless, and each one is more exciting than the last. Another intriguing possibility is that the inhabitants of Proxima B have found a way to harness energy in ways we can't even imagine. The lights on the planet are spread out, suggesting either one massive city or multiple settlements. If they're using energy sources that are beyond our understanding, it could revolutionize how we think about energy and sustainability here on Earth. Imagine if we could learn from them, discovering new ways to power our world without harming the environment. Of course, there's always the question of what kind of society they have. Are they peaceful, or are they more like us, with conflicts and divisions? The lights could give us clues about their society, how it's organized, what their priorities are, even whether they are a united people or divided into different factions. If the lights are clustered in certain areas, it might suggest city-states or nations, while a more even distribution could indicate a highly connected global society. If we ever do make contact, understanding their society will be crucial. Are they explorers like us, curious about the universe, or are they isolationists wanting to stay hidden? The fact that they have lights at all suggests a level of technological advancement that could include space travel. If that's the case, they might have already explored other planets and star systems, and they might be just as curious about us as we are about them. Every new detail about these lights adds to what we know, showing how their timing might hold something important, a conversation across light years. The timing of this discovery is also interesting. Proxima b is only 4.24 light-years away, which means the light we're seeing now left the planet just over 4 years ago. In space terms, that's practically real time. This means that any civilization on Proxima b could be at a similar technological stage as us right now, facing similar challenges and making similar advancements. Alternatively, they might be a much older civilization that's already reached its peak or even begun to decline, with the lights being the last remnants of their once great society. If we decide to send a signal to Proxima b, we could potentially receive a response in as little as 9 years. That's an incredibly short time frame compared to the centuries or millennia it would take to communicate with civilizations in more distant parts of the galaxy. The idea of having a real-time conversation with another intelligent species is both thrilling and daunting. How would we communicate? What language would we use? These are questions that we'll need to answer, but the possibility is now more real than ever. And what about their technology? We've already seen what might be city lights, but what other technologies could they have? Could they be using energy sources that we've never even dreamed of, like antimatter reactors or zero-point energy? Every new discovery could offer us a deeper understanding of their technology and maybe even provide a roadmap for our own future. The question of who or what lives on Proxima b is one of the biggest questions. If they're advanced enough to produce artificial lighting, it's likely that they're intelligent beings. But what kind of beings are they? Proxima b orbits a red dwarf star, which means its environment is very different from Earth's. The inhabitants could have evolved unique biological features to survive in such extreme conditions, or maybe they've merged biology with technology, becoming a hybrid species that's part organic, part machine. This also raises interesting questions about intelligence. We tend to think of intelligence in human terms, but what if the beings on Proxima b have developed a form of intelligence that's completely different from ours? Maybe they operate as a collective with a hive-like consciousness, or maybe their intelligence is something we can't even begin to understand. This could change how we think about intelligence and even influence how we develop artificial intelligence here on Earth. If we do establish contact, the possibilities for cultural exchange are endless. Imagine what we could learn from an entirely different species, new forms of art, new philosophies, new technologies. The exchange of ideas could spark a new era of creativity and innovation, not just for us, but for them as well. It's an exciting thought, and one that makes the universe feel just a little bit smaller and more connected. But with all these exciting possibilities come potential challenges. Here's the text compiled into a paragraph without the timestamps. If there is an advanced civilization on Proxima b, we have to consider the risks of making contact. Would they see us as a threat, or would they be open to communication? And what kind of society are they? If they're peaceful, that's one thing, but if they're aggressive or territorial, making contact could be risky. The history of human civilization is full of examples of what can happen when two cultures meet, and it's not always peaceful. The discovery of these lights could also be a catalyst for international cooperation here on Earth. Studying a planet that's over 4 light-years away isn't something that one country can do on its own. It's going to take a global effort, with scientists and resources from all over the world working together. Just like the International Space Station brought countries together, the study of Proxima b could inspire a new era of collaboration in space exploration. Whatever happens next, one thing is clear. The discovery of these lights on Proxima b is just the beginning. Whether it turns out to be proof of an alien civilization or something else entirely, it has already changed how we think about our place in the universe. It's a reminder that the universe is vast, strange, and full of surprises, and that we still have so much to learn. The telescopes we use to see the stars keep changing what we know, and the next discovery could be even bigger than we expect. The eyes that keep looking beyond, telescopes, have always been like the eyes we use to peek at the universe. Over time, different versions of these incredible tools have helped us learn about planets, stars, and galaxies far, far away. Let's take a path through history, checking out some of the most famous telescopes and the cool things they showed us. Just think of these as windows to the unknown, each one giving us a clearer and bigger view of what lies beyond the sky. One of the first game-changing telescopes was made by Galileo Galilei back in the early 1700s. It wasn't the first ever telescope, but Galileo was the first to seriously point it at the sky. His telescope was kind of small, but it still did amazing things. He saw that Jupiter had moons that moved around it, showing that not everything circled around Earth like people thought back then. He also saw the phases of Venus and took a close look at the bumpy surface of the moon. All of these discoveries made people start to believe that maybe, just maybe, Earth wasn't the center of everything. Next up was Isaac Newton in 1668. He took Galileo's ideas and made them better. Instead of using glass lenses like Galileo, Newton used mirrors to gather light. This new type of telescope was called a reflecting telescope. It got rid of some of the problems that older telescopes had, like the weird rainbow colors that showed up around bright objects. Newton's design was a big improvement and made telescopes more powerful, giving astronomers a clearer view of space. Later on, in the 1700s, a guy named William Herschel took Newton's ideas and made huge telescopes, like really huge. His biggest one was 49 inches wide, and in 1789, he used it to discover Uranus. Imagine that. A whole new planet that no one knew was there. People thought there were just 6 planets in the solar system, but Herschel expanded that list to 7. He also spent a lot of time looking at star clusters and nebulae, trying to understand what our galaxy looked like. Then in the 1800s, there was a telescope called the Leviathan of Parsonstown, built by William Parsons in Ireland. This monster telescope was 72 inches across and was the largest in the world at the time. With it, Parsons drew pictures of the spiral shapes he saw in some galaxies, like the Whirlpool Galaxy. It was one of the first hints that these cloudy-looking things were actually enormous collections of stars, maybe even other galaxies like our Milky Way. Fast forward to the early 1900s, and we meet the Hooker telescope at Mount Wilson Observatory in California. This one was 100 inches wide and came into use in 1917. With this telescope, Edwin Hubble made one of the most important discoveries ever. He figured out that the universe was expanding. By looking at other galaxies and noticing that they were moving away from us, Hubble showed that the universe wasn't just sitting still. It was growing bigger and bigger all the time, which blew everyone's minds. In 1949, the Hale telescope was built, also in California. It was even bigger than the Hooker, with a 200-inch mirror. For years, it was the largest optical telescope in the world. Astronomers used it to discover quasars, which are super bright objects far away that we now know are powered by massive black holes. They also used the Hale telescope to learn more about the structure of galaxies and the stuff that makes them up. The Very Large Telescope in Chile came into the picture in 1998. It's actually made up of 4 big telescopes, each one over 26 feet wide, and they can work together to make even more detailed observations. The VLT has done some really cool stuff, like taking the first photo of a planet outside our solar system and helping study the huge black hole at the center of our galaxy. It's like having a superhero team of telescopes working together to solve space questions. Another important telescope in Chile is the Atacama Large Millimeter/Submillimeter Array, or ALMA for short. ALMA started working in 2011 and is made up of 66 antennas. It's different from regular telescopes because it looks at the universe in wavelengths we can't see with our eyes. ALMA helps us understand how stars and planets form by looking at cold gas clouds and dust, giving us a glimpse into the early stages of creating new worlds. The Gran Telescopio Canarias, found in Spain's Canary Islands, is currently the largest single optical telescope in the world, with a mirror almost 33 feet wide. It started working in 2009, and since then, it has studied everything from planets around other stars to gamma-ray bursts, which are some of the most powerful explosions in the universe. It's all about understanding the universe on both a small and large scale. The Square Kilometer Array is a future telescope project that's going to be the largest radio telescope ever, with a collecting area of almost 1 square mile. It's being built in both South Africa and Australia, and the first part is supposed to be finished by the late 2020s. The SK is expected to help answer some of the biggest questions in astronomy, like how galaxies form, what role magnetic fields play in space, and even what dark energy, the strange force making the universe expand, really is. Is the glow on Proxima B just a natural phenomenon? Or could it be a signal from intelligent life waiting to be found? Tell us your thoughts, and remember to like and subscribe for more.